The organized labor comprising the Nigeria Labour Congress, that's the NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, the TUC, have declared an indefinite strike beginning on June 3, 2024. Well, organized labor said the strike has become necessary as the federal government has failed to increase the 60,000 naira it offered at the resumption of the tripartite committee meeting. Well, the strike was declared at a joint press conference by NLC President Joe Ajero and TUC President Festus Osifo.
We are hereby declaring the commencement of a nationwide industrial action, a nationwide strike, effective from Monday, June 3rd, 2024. And this strike shall be indefinite. And this strike shall be on until we have a new national minimum wage, until government is serious and also the tariff increment in electricity is reversed. We are united on this. We believe that this is the way forward. We believe this is the time, as we have done over the years, to consistently stand with the working class of Nigeria, because they have been battered and they have been downtrodden the way it has been from May 29th till date.
We are not doing a strike that will be 1 month without bite. I don't know whether you understand.
Yes, I'm following you.
I'm not sure where you have the labor centers in a country embarking on a strike for 1 month and you don't listen to them. So I think what we should be praying for the people who are suffering so much, and those are some of our people. That was why we were reluctant. That was why we were virtually, telling them, let's find a solution. We in the meeting today, and we told them we have to be here and allow you to go and get mandate. We are ready to sleep here to allow you to get mandate to come back to this meeting. They say no, we should just allow them whenever they get mandate. That it is difficult to see even president, that they don't have access and all that. And then they didn't come up with it. We found ourselves in a helpless situation. So that is where we are now. So everybody should be patient with us while we embark on this.
NLC President Joe Ajero there. Well, joining us now to shed more light on the planned strike by the NLC and TUC is the President of the Trade Union Congress, Comrade Festus Osifo. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Ngozi. Good evening. Good evening to your viewers.
We're hoping that things wouldn't get to this point.
Absolutely.
First, help us understand what exactly happened at this meeting today that has led to you calling for an indefinite strike come Monday.
Yes, you remember that we had a meeting on Tuesday. So in that meeting of Tuesday, it was deadlocked. So when that happened on Tuesday, so we told them that until they renew their mandate, that is not okay for us to be on the table without each side moving. That they should go and renew their mandate, that whenever they are ready, that they should get back to us. So our thinking was that they were ready when they sent out an invite that we should come to the meeting today. So we got to the meeting today. It was all stories and stories and stories. And even in that meeting, as it has the characteristics of the governors, the 6 of them, they were in there. The minister, out of the 3 ministers that are members of that committee, of the tripartite committee, only one, the Minister of State Labor, was there. And she's a conciliator. She's a conciliator naturally, trying to bring both sides together. So there was really nobody there from the federal side to make a substantive offer. So on the table today, there was no offer
when
made
you said
at all.
There was nobody on the government side. You'd expect that the Minister of State for Labor, Nkiruka Onyejocha,
Yes, the way it normally works, the way the system normally works, the Minister of State Labour is the vice chairman, according to the law, the vice chairman of the tripartite committee. So the Minister of State Labour ought to be a conciliator, naturally. So it is maybe the Minister of Finance, Minister of Economic Planning, who are members, substantive members of this committee. They are the ones who ought to make the offer. But irrespective, even if they had asked the Minister of State for Labour to have made an offer, I think she would have been able to make an offer. But on ground today, even one kobo was not added. We now started asking them, okay, we have asked you to go and do your analysis. Where are the analysis? How will 60,000 take somebody home? Come and show us. They couldn't present anything. We also asked them, what was the value? Bring the value of 18,000 naira and the value of 30,000 naira. Bring it to the present value of today. There are formulas that are used in doing that. They did not also do that. Okay, we not told them at all that, okay, we will remain in this meeting. That as patriotic Nigerians, because our ultimatum expires today, that we don't want to leave this meeting without going back to our members and say, okay, government has upped the offer. Right. That's so what we will do is that let us remain here. You go and meet Mr. President. If you don't have anything to put on the table, go and talk to Mr. President. Even if it's midnight, we will remain here in this meeting. But they kept telling us that to get access to the president is difficult, that some of them don't have access to the villa. So a lot of excuses were just coming up. We were persistent. We told them we will be patient. We will wait till midnight today in that same venue. But they were not forthcoming. They were just being dismissal. So when we looked at this, we felt that no, they are not really serious about this, and we have to proceed on the indefinite strike action from Monday. And
I'm sure you've counted the costs, not just to organized labor, to Nigerians, and of course the economy. We'll come to that. Yeah. Are you saying that in coming to this tripartite meeting today, that government was not sincere in having this meeting to start with? And when you as organized labor went into this meeting, as you prepared for the meeting, did you have any idea of what figure to present at this meeting today?
Of course.
Or did you stick to your 494,000 naira?
Ngozi, when we go to meetings and we are asking government that, okay, where were we when the minimum wage in 2011 was 18,000 naira? Where were we when minimum wage was 30,000? Let's calculate the present value of that money. Right. That shows sincerity on our path. That shows the fact that we want to negotiate based on principle. There are principles guiding negotiations. The reason why you do negotiation is that your earlier value has been eroded. So how do we bring it back to the previous state? It's very simple. So the government understood our language very well. Yeah. I have come here severally and I have stated that we are not fixated. That we are not fixated on the value on the table today. But let us walk through these based on principle. That if we walk through this based on principle, we will be able to arrive at what is fair and what is just to everybody. That has been our demand on the table. So let's not be fixated about the 494. No, but both sides must agree on the principle that we are going to use to walk through the data and arrive at what the minimum wage should be.
So now, besides the issue of the minimum wage, the other demands that you made of government, right? The issue of the electricity tariff.
Yes.
You asked government to scrap the whole idea of banned, categorizing electricity consumers.
Yes.
You did make that demand.
Yes.
So are you saying that none of these demands, government has not ceded any kind of ground? And is there any chance that anything could change between today and Monday that you've set as the day to begin the strike?
Yeah, thank you so much. In terms of the electricity tariff, if you remember very well, that on May 13th, we had a protest. We had a protest to any NEC. We had a protest to the discos. So during that protest, we addressed them. We sent them a letter. Up till today, we have not been invited for any conversation. No. You don't treat your social partners like that. It's our responsibility to highlight what we think is affecting our members. Then it's for government or whosoever is responsible to also come to us and to say, oh, these things that you have presented, these are the reasons why we did it. These are the data. We have not had any formal communication from government. That is not how the system should work. Then should anything shift? Yes. What are we after? There is a goal. That goal is the national minimum wage. So if we are ready for meetings at any time. In fact, they call us tonight. Our team is here in Abuja. If they call us tonight for a meeting, be rest assured that we will attend to that meeting. So we don't have it. So if we are able to reach a comfortable landing between now and Sunday, nobody is happy to ground the economy. Nobody is happy to embark on an industrial action. In fact, it takes toll on everybody whenever you do so. So for us, we are not happy to get to that point on Monday. We still have Saturday. We still have Sunday for us to have that conversation and reach a comfortable position.
But would it not be fair to say government, to some extent, ceded some ground from 48,000 naira to 58 and then 60? Is that not a demonstration of the fact that government really is willing to, shift ground and meet you as organized labor halfway, considering the economic, situation that Nigeria finds herself now?
Yes, shifting ground. Labor also shifted ground from 615,000 naira to where we are today, to 494,000. And we are still prepared to shift ground. But government is no longer willing to move from where they are today. But all we have told them is that where we are today is simply $40. That is where we are today. Where we were in 2011 was $120 in terms of the value of the currency. Yeah. So same way in 2019, where we were was somewhere around $92 to $95. So you cannot now be giving us this. You think that you have done uhuru for us. No. So our problem is actually the value of what they are offering. It's not the volume. I saw a release this evening where they said that they've offered 100% increment. If your value, if your currency has eroded, even if you offer 1,000% increment, is still nothing. So that thing that you are offering, there is a way you calculate it to check what the value of what you are offering is. And that is what we have told them, that we must sit down and look at the value of where we were 2011, 2019, and we must bring it to this present value.
But have you sat down, organized labor, to consider the impact of this on the Nigerian economy? Have you looked at that? Because in the past, when minimum wage has increased, the market people, the traders are waiting to collect the difference.
I think
the knock-on effect hasn't always been salutary.
Ngozi, I think we have lived, if you calculate this minimum wage, how much is it? Can you compare that to the ways and means that find itself into Nigeria economy from between 2015 and 2023? They are not comparable in any way. So the effect of this will not even be 20% up to the effect of what the ways and means has been. That's one. Then secondly, what we are telling them is that this money is already in the economy. Ngozi, a governor bought a vehicle in 2019. That vehicle, a Prado Jeep in 2019, a brand new Prado Jeep 2019 was selling for around 60 million naira.
Yeah, but Labour before now, let me just put this in. Labour before now has hardly fought, over the cost of governance, wastage in government and what have you.
We have.
Minimum
no,
wage,
we have.
Minimum wage.
Because we have. If you see myself and the president of NLC, we have had a one-on-one meeting with Mr. President. Right? In that meeting with Mr. President, I place it on authority, and we have said it before now. We have told him the areas of governance that he must cut. For example, we told him, you are having bloated cabinet. We told him at all that each of your ministers, they have essay. The essay has essay and essay and essay. The chains are too much. He said he's creating job. That was what he told us. But we told him that this is adding to the cost of governance. We also raised the aeroplanes, that the number of flights in the presidential kitty, that is too much, that you have to bring it down. We raised the issue of convoy. We raised the issue of the National Assembly. Then they were contemplating on buying those vehicles for about that amount of money. So we also raised that. We raised it with Mr. President. So if we had raised the cost of governance on how to cut it with Mr. President, who else again? This is the number one citizen of the country. We have raised it with him, but we have seen that what has been done is just piecemeal. We've not addressed the core issue regarding the cost of governance. It hasn't been addressed till date because it's still lingering there. Part of what we told them today in the meeting, Ngozi, was that for us, that the federal government said they are very comfortable that they could have moved much more than this figure that they are bantering, or that they are looking at the states. But we told them something, that today, federal government is collecting 52% of the revenue that is accruable to federation account. Yeah. So why can't we redesign that formula? Why can't we rejig it? Why can't we say federal, okay, collect 40%? Okay, even now, the power generation, transmission and distribution has been moved from exclusive list to concurrent list. Right. That means you are handing more responsibility to the state. So why can't federal say, okay, from 52%, we want to reduce it to 40%, and we want to devolve that 12% to the state so that they will be able to pay workers. But for us, we strongly believe that the fact that states are not, Edo State today is paying 7,000 minimum wage. Yep. If you check the revenue accruable to Edo before now was referred to as a civil servant state. Until recently, that a lot of industries are now coming in. So now, if you look at Edo, in terms of revenue generation, where are they? In terms of collection for federation account, where are they? They have huge workforce, but they are prepared to pay. Even the governor even said that he's ready to pay even more than that when federal agrees. So it is about priority.
Before we go, do you think Nigerians will buy into your indefinite strike come Monday? Do you think Nigerians are comfortable?
Yes, Nigerians has been battered. The workers have suffered enough. The past 1 year has been excruciating. Ngozi, you go to market every day. You know what the cost of tomatoes is. You know what the cost of beans, cost of rice, a tuber of yam meat. So Nigerians today, I can tell you that this will be one of those strikes that will be extremely successful, because I can guarantee you that Nigeria has already bought into it, because it is the right thing to do. Except between now and Sunday, government calls us, we sit down together and use principles in arriving at what the realistic wage should be. Okay,
Festus Osifo, President, Trade Union Congress, thank you so much for joining us. And we do hope that come Monday, that strike will not happen.
Thank you, Ngozi.
Thank you very much.